Hey everyone, welcome back. Kind of a random series of musings, I think, today. I had a comment on a recent video that really, I think it was a video where I talked about how I had to take some time off because I was so stressed. Hold on, I'm trying to get down here without falling. Okay, here we go. And hopefully you can hear me okay. They said that their way of dealing with stress, in particular what's been happening in the world, is that they were living small. They were living a small life. I had to really take some time to think about, what does that mean, living a small life? So after taking some time to really think about that, I get it. And I've really started to adopt that. And what I believe is that you focus on the things that are right in front of you, right? You focus on the next day, the next thing that needs your attention. You focus on the things that you have some control over, and you let go as much as possible of worrying about the things that are happening out there, the big things that are happening in the world, because we can't control them. And so living a small life just means focusing on the things that you can control, the things that you can touch, the things that you can, that matter to you, that are here right now. And I just love that way of being, because ever since I started to do that, tried to do that, my stress level has gone down so much, because I'm now focusing on talking to my friends, focusing on little projects that I've been wanting to get to, focusing on spending time with the kids virtually, and those things. And so much less time focusing on the other things. And so if you're watching, thank you, because that is exactly the advice I needed. It's starting to rain, but I'm going to finish this. That is exactly what I needed to do, is live a smaller life. Focus on doing things for myself. Focus on doing things for the people I love. Focus on cooking and taking care of myself, my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health, and letting go of the other stuff as much as I can. Obviously, not all of us can do that, depending on where you are in the world and your unique situation. But if you can, or if there's a way you can, even a little bit, I think it's so valuable. Because here's the thing. We live in a world where we are connected 24/7. And so we're constantly being bombarded by the worst of the news. And it's being sensationalized so that it keeps us viewing, and it keeps us coming back, and it keeps us, off balance. So we have to keep checking in. Because good news doesn't sell papers or subscriptions. And our ancestors, my parents, even my parents. With my parents, there was the newspaper and there was the news on TV, but the news only came on after dinner. It wasn't 24/7, and there wasn't the internet like we have now. And certainly my grandparents never had any of that. So they just lived a small life, a meaningful life, but a small life, where they focused on providing for themselves and their families. They focused on getting outside and breathing fresh air and doing things with their hands and creating things. They focused on taking care of each other and loving each other. Because all that stuff that was happening out there, while still happening, still craziness, they didn't know about. And therefore, they didn't worry about at least not to the extent that we do. They would have had the newspaper, and that would have been it. Now, I'm not advocating for burying your head in the sand and pretending like things aren't happening in the world. Obviously, things are happening in the world. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, it's important to be informed, but we need not to be inundated. Oh, I'm going to put this on. Now it's really coming down. Right? We need to focus on being aware so that we can make appropriate decisions, but not being inundated by the news and what's happening out there, that we forget that when we go out our doors, most of us, when we open our doors and we go outside, the world still looks the same. The people that are our neighbors are still the same people. And that's a pretty powerful thought if you remember, if you sort of remind yourself of that yes, things change, and often not for the better, but the people that we chose to have in our lives are still the people we want in our lives usually, and that we can still love each other. We can still focus on the things that bring us joy and satisfaction. We can focus on those things and less on what's happening out there. Living a smaller life. It was kind of a mind-blowing concept because I'm my personality type, or maybe it's just me. I shouldn't lump other people in there, but I tend to fixate, right? I tend to obsess about the things out there, the scary things out there that are happening in the world. Keaton has said to me, "Mom, you look for things to worry about." And he's not wrong. And I try not to. And I'm really, really working on not. Because my worrying doesn't change those things. So I'll focus on the things that I can change, that I can work on, that I can do, that bring me comfort and peace, and let go of those other things and just live a small life. That's a beautiful thought if you think about it. And again, not everybody has that luxury, but I do. A lot of us do. We're very fortunate to live in situations where we do. And so focusing on doing projects, eating good food, making good food, I hope, and spending time with the people I love, whether it's physically or virtually, that for me is what living a small life means. So I just wanted to share that because that was kind of transformational, that concept, and I absolutely love it. So now I'm going to show you some of these beautiful flowers that are showing up now that it's spring here on Vancouver Island.